Have you ever been terrified of thermonuclear destruction?
Well, don't be, because Matthew Broderick's hair is far worse.
Today we're reviewing 1983's WarGames, directed by John Badham and written by Lawrence Lasker and Walter Parks. Walter. Features a toddler-aged Matthew Broderick who has not yet had a day off as he hacks his way into his girlfriend's pants by giving her an A in hopes of later giving her a D.
Later, Broderick accidentally hacks into a Whopper, a delicious hamburger that is... a delicious supercomputer designed to simulate various World War outcomes. Soon, Broderick and his dumb hair accidentally start a thermonuclear war simulation, causing NORAD and the US government to arrest him for suspicion of being a Russian spy with a terrible haircut.
Can Broderick and his calamitous coif convince the US government that he is in fact just a dumb teenager that got involved with something he knows nothing about? Not after he escapes a highly restricted US military base with the greatest of ease.
Even though the film deals with a wild topic as nuclear war, as a whole it's grounded in reality. The simple down-to-earth cinematography, the naturalist performances, Broderick's cowlicks, and the casting of actors that look the part make the threat seem more real and more threatening as a result. Even the dark humor lands better than other films because of its understated, subtle tonality.
The score fit the film perfectly, even if it was distractingly electronic for a while. We start in an arcade and the music follows us everywhere we go for about 15 minutes. It then shifts from synthesizer to a more grounded orchestral score, once the film starts to touch on the more serious and higher stakes themes. And that's cool.
You know what's not cool?
Broderick's main?
Yes, but also nuclear war. Without going into spoiler territory, the film and its ending deliver powerful messages about nuclear destruction and who its winner is.
Going into spoiler territory, no one. Everyone will fucking die. The only winner will ultimately be planet Earth, because it'll be cleansed of the parasites that blow each other up all the time.
The performances are all excellent under Badham's direction. As mentioned before, it feels like they belong in their own character's shoes. Broderick and Ali Sheedy, his co-star, feel and act like they're actual high school students. Okay? And Basil Rathbone is still at the top of his game, even 16 years after his death.
I don't have to take that, you pig-eyed sack of shit.
Mr. Strickland from Back to the Future and Barry Corbin act like true government officials.
Unfortunately, even the greatest films have their faults.
Like Matthew Broderick's stupid goddamn hair.
Shut the hell up about Matthew Broderick's hair.
The soundtrack settled into excellence after feeling very out of place. I understand why they would want to use synths for the soundtrack, but the entirety of it, prior to the orchestral arrangement, just felt very distracting.
Another problem, which was common for the time, Ali Sheedy's character was underwritten and underdeveloped, mainly serving as a plot device and a love interest for the fifth Beatle over here.
Grady, what would you give this movie out of 10?
I'm going to give it a 4.25 out of 5. Thrilling, funny, and a very enjoyable watch. What would you give it out of 5, Ryan?
It was an incredibly grounded film and felt very realistic, especially the terrible hair of the teenager. The acting was great, though the dialogue was clunky at times, and the sets were phenomenal. I'd give it a good 8.75 out of 10. Hey Grady, if you add up our scores together, that's a perfect 10 out of 10.
No, that's not how math works, not even close.
You can check out WarGames. It's available on Amazon Prime with an MGM subscription and available to rent for $5 on iTunes and YouTube. You can also like and subscribe if you like this video and want to see more reviews of new and classic films.
And be sure to check out our other videos, including our short films, behind the scenes, and our other crap.
And if you're feeling generous, check out our merch on MacWoodProductions.com/merch or buy us a coffee on our Buy Me a Coffee page. Any amount helps.
It truly does, because we're broke as fuck. I get what you mean, like, out of the Fab Four, he's, like, the most forgettable. Because Ringo's, like...
Yeah, still alive. John's only famous because he got shot in his car or whatever.
Because
Because he drowned himself in a pool.
You think he's JFK? He wasn't shot in his car.
Because he got shot in a pool. Is that George Harrison then that drove into the pool?
No one drove into a pool. He died of lung cancer.
I only know about Led Zeppelin. I literally only
Getting
know about
shot
Led
can
Zeppelin.
cause lung cancer?